Okay, back up in this thing. All right. So, welcome back to the People's Podcast. Um, it's been a minute. Folks been asking me, where I'm at and what's going on. Your boy had to make a move. So, I am now currently in Louisiana, making it happen. And working on a new setup here. So we're gonna get that figured out. But yeah, People's Podcast back in effect with the good people. Um, so what I've been doing up until this point with the People's Podcast is really laying a foundation, um, laying a foundation for the spiritual work that's gonna come next. When if you're trying to build a five-story house, you don't build all five stories at once. You build the foundation, make sure that that's nice and solid, build first floor, second floor, third floor, etc., until you have your full structure. And so that's what we've been doing with these first few episodes is really laying the foundation for our temple. And our temple is going to be a spiritual temple. So that is what we are going to start getting into today. Um, Spiritual comes with a lot of different connotations. If you ask 10 people what the definition of spiritual is, you probably get 10 different answers. Um, for our purposes, we are going to be talking about the connection to the greater spiritual existence, meaning all of existence, everything in creation. And we're going to be talking about how to bring the spiritual and the physical together. So going from imagination into physical reality. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the ability to influence and control your current reality, and more importantly, your future reality. The ability to bend reality to your will, the power of manifestation, the power to manifest your intent, the ability to create the thoughts you see in your mind and make them real. What we are talking about is the ability to command the universe. And all of it is built on laws. So we are going to get into this, and we are going to keep it on the very fundamental level of thoughts, feelings, and actions. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. Okay. The three things that we as humans in this incarnation have power over that interfaces with the spiritual laws of creation. Okay. So, what is a law? A law is a statement of fact that a particular natural phenomenon always occurs if certain conditions are present. I'm going to read that again. A statement of fact that a particular natural phenomenon will always occur if certain conditions are present. So, if the cause is present, the effect will also be present. And one of the best things about our universe is the consistency and reliability of its laws. If a specific cause is created, a specific effect will also be created. And this consistency means that the same causes will create the same effects every single time. Um, you know, think about uh, certain inventions or a scientific phenomenon that we now have access to. where this is demonstrated. So you get into your car, you press the button, and the car comes on. You press on the gas, the car goes. You press on the brake, the car stops. You get onto an airplane. You get onto an airplane, you fly to your destination, you get off of the airplane. You flick your light switch in your house. You flick it on, the lights come on. You flick it off, the lights go off. Same causes create the same effects every single time with the consistency, right? And so these are just examples of natural laws that we have come to understand and learned to apply in our society. The key here, though, is that everything in our universe operates like this. Everything operates under natural law. There's no such thing as existing outside of natural law, because natural law governs the entire universe. So if you are in the universe, you are operating under natural law. If you don't, you do not exist. Yeah, you're in a state of non-existence, which means exactly what it sounds like. So everything is a law of nature. And as I just made the examples, some laws we have figured out and mastered, and we can capitalize them on them consistently. Some laws are still undiscovered or not understood. Right. So an example of this is when electricity was just quote unquote discovered for society at large. Electricity has always been here, but we could not, it was a law or it was a phenomenon that we had not yet discovered or understood or figured out how to capitalize on until we did. And now electricity powers our whole society. But before we had that, we were lighting torches. We were dependent on the sun. You had your ass inside before the sun went down because it was dark outside. And most likely there are some animals or something going around out there that you don't want any parts of. The sun is up, you can see them coming. The sun goes down, they see you. You don't see them. My point is this though. Electricity wasn't a thing. Electricity has always been here. It didn't get created when we started utilizing it. It has always been here, but we figured out how to uh, utilize it consistently, and now it powers our whole society. So there are laws that we can observe that you know govern physical matter. Something like gravity. You throw a ball up into the air, it's going to come down. That's something that you can observe. There are also natural laws that govern the unseen world, the universe that exists beyond our senses and our current scientific instruments. That's a key piece, the current scientific instruments, because beyond our senses is not difficult. If you look at the lights, the electromagnetic spectrum, and you look at visible light is a small sliver. And there's all these, and there's all these other ranges of frequency that light exists on that we can't see with our senses. The atom. There was a time when we were trying to discover the atom. We did not know what physical matter broke down into. Then we developed highly sensitive microscopes that could go into these these more these finer layers of existence, and now we're observing the atom. So just like that, there's a level beyond that, and a level beyond that that we have not yet been able to physically observe with our scientific instruments or with our senses. But that does not mean it is not there. Just like just because we couldn't see the atom does not mean the atom was not there. Just like electricity, the atom has always been here. The atom has always been here. We just discovered it and learned how to utilize it. So I'm saying that to say everything that we're trying to do with bringing manifesting into physical reality also operates on these laws. Some of these laws are beyond our capability, our current capability to sense them, and current beyond the capability of our scientific instruments. So laws bring order to this world of chaos, this universe of chaos, and create physical form out of infinite potential. Every possibility exists in the energy field we exist in and are immersed in. Every possibility. What we do through our thoughts, feelings, and actions is we pull out the things that we want to create out of the infinite potential. Okay. So this background is important when talking about the topic of creating and controlling our reality, because our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions are the human interface with this spiritual law. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are the way that we communicate and manipulate this law. So that's the string between the two. And the important connection here is that the same consistent universal laws that govern nature and govern this ability to manifest also govern our thoughts, feelings, and our actions. So every human being has the power of choice, which is this first step into accessing the power of universal law. Your intent is what sets the universal wheels of creation into motion. Everything started as a thought. If you are into Hermeticism and you're into your Kabbalion, uh, the universe is mind. The universe is mind. So your mind is the way that you interface with the universal mind. And just like the universal mind creates, your mind creates. And that intent is the key. Everything started as a thought. Everything. Somebody had an idea. Somebody had an intent to do something. And then they used their thoughts and their actions to create the thing that they thought about. And that's how it works. And that's how it works. So, in terms of our thoughts, feelings, and actions interfacing with universal mind and universal creativity, discipline and consistency are the key, because the phenomenon is not always directly observable in real time to us. For example, there are these things that are beyond our ability to physically observe them, either with our senses or with scientific instruments. But that does not mean they are not happening. They are happening. But like the seed planted in the ground, growing unnoticed, growth and creation is taking place. We just can't see it. We can't interact with it until we can. But that doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay. So the key takeaway is that the universe operates according to law. We all operate within this law, either consciously or unconsciously. But being conscious and knowledgeable about the laws and intentional in their usage is the key to manifesting at a high level. Everything in your life you have manifested. It has been a choice that you have made. The nuance to this is that you're also on this planet with 8 billion other beings who also have this power and capability. So sometimes those realities that are being manifested can come into conflict. And there are a host of factors that determine which one becomes a reality in the physical reality and which one stays in the ether. waiting, waiting its turn. The key for us to manifest at a high level is the discipline and consistency. What are you thinking about on a moment to moment basis? Are you thinking about what you want to create? What are you feeling? Emotions are a huge factor in manifesting because emotions is is the power, is where the power comes from. You feel something strongly, that's going to quickly lead you to the third step, which is taking action. You feel something strongly, you're going to take action. And when you can line up thoughts, feelings, and actions into a harmonious, uh, in a harmonious way, consistently, whatever it is that you're thinking about and feeling is gonna manifest according to law. According to law, that is how every single thing in this universe has ever manifested. Get your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions in sync. One direction. Stay consistent. Now your mind is going to go other places. It's going to want to think about other things. The mind, the human mind has been the victim of a horrible assault on this planet. And that has been purposeful because they know you control the mind, you control the person. So you have to take back control of your mind. You have to be intentional in your thoughts and what you're thinking about. And it's okay if you think about something else or you think about the opposite or you have a negative thought. That's totally fine. It's natural. It's what we've been conditioned to do. But refocus. Refocus on what it is that you want to create. Do not think about what you don't want to create. It doesn't work like that. If I say, don't think about a lion, the first thing that's going to pop in your mind is a lion. And that's how the universe works. The universe doesn't hear, don't think about, they just hear lion. Oh, so you want a lion. Or I don't want to be poor. It doesn't think that. It says, oh, it doesn't even hear that I don't want to be. It just hears, oh, poor. And the universe is a reflection of what you put in it. It's like a mirror. It's going to give it right back to you. So what you want to do is think about what you do want. You want abundance? Think about abundance. You want to uh, be more disciplined and powerful in your approach to your daily tasks? Think about that. What does it look like? What does it feel like? You want to be successful at your job and with your family and create the future that you want for yourself and your loved ones. What does it look like? What does it feel like? See it in your mind. Feel it in your heart. Once those things are aligned, the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions, it is law that it will manifest in due time, according to other factors, but it will manifest. That's where the discipline comes in. That's where the consistency comes in. Okay, that's it. We just dipping our toe, y'all. We just dipping our toe. Um, but this idea of um, spirituality and creating what we want in the physical from the spiritual, or creating what we want in the seen world from the unseen world, is based on our thoughts, feelings, and our actions, and having control of those. Those are the most important thing that we must control to manifest at a high level. All right. Until next time, y'all. And I'm gonna start dropping more consistently since I'm in my new flow now. Um, so new video coming soon. But in the meantime, in between time, be intentional with your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. All right. Peace.